My mother-in-law is traveling to Kenya. She thinks she's in love, but really, she's talking to a scammer, and she will not listen to us. Mother-in-law sent a text Christmas Day that she's going to Kenya. She's there now with this man who's half her age, who she wants to marry. Won't go into all the details of his hospital stories, but quick summary. He needed $250 a day injections for COVID recovery. Daughter almost died. Needed 2 operations. He had kidney operation, almost died again from a heart attack. Just goes on and on. So many lies about the hospitals too, as I tried to tell her. The hospital's name did not exist, but she wouldn't listen to anything. Anyways, so she's in Kenya now. She has just left Swish Hotel to go to a house. Whose house? I don't know. Today she sends a picture that she finally met his daughter. Apparently the daughter has been living at his sister's house, but came to meet her today. Also, in an incredible twist of fate, the mother of his daughter who abandoned her at birth now wants her back and is taking her back to the United States where she lives and works as a doctor. Seriously, this story is so twisted. Anyways, next steps are for her to marry him, which she really wants as she gave him the ring herself. And then she wants to invest in greenhouses. Literally, she's prepared to give all her life savings on this once he marries her. She also said she wants to live and die in Kenya with him. Never mind her grandkids or family back at home. Anyways, I'm wondering what we can expect. I don't think we can stop her, but can we do anything? I'm assuming she'll be swindled big time. I noticed the man always has his sister not too far away. Do you think this could be his wife or girlfriend? She's got to be an accomplice as she goes along with the stories. It's all really messed up, but we feel helpless and have tried everything. Now I guess we just watch her fall. Could there be any hope in this situation? Here's a little update. Thank you all for your advice. We had some contact. She's renting an apartment in Kisumu, but won't provide the address. She says there are no addresses there, and the man she is involved with has now found a job and works 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Meanwhile, he hasn't taken her to his home, though claims the sister Lucy has 9-bedroom mansion. Yesterday was her first day out of the apartment as she relies on him entirely. They plan to marry, and now she's planning to invest in greenhouses. She wants to buy 6 $10,000 US, as he promised her they would make 120 grand. I said to her to send me the company profile, as I'd like to invest too for profits like that, and not have to work ever again. Since then, he got in touch via Messenger and asked the family to stop the drama, and we wanted him to leave her. I think he was trying to get us to offer money. It's very bizarre, and just got to hope she makes it back home. Okay guys, Mr. Reddito here, so I'm about to read now the second post. It was today, 5 months after the first post, and it's titled, My mother-in-law is sitting in a Nairobi hotel, waiting for the swindler to marry her. This is an update on a story I've shared earlier. Mother-in-law did come back home temporarily. She refused to sign any power of attorney papers, and the advice we received was that, quote, you can't stop someone from making poor choices. Well, basically, we couldn't do anything legally. We tried to talk to her out of returning and make her see some sense that she's being swindled. But the more we tried to stop her, the more distant she became. She pretty much cut everyone off, and she keeps in touch with only one family member who placated her to ensure they could stay in touch. This person has provided me this info, so I can give the update of what she's doing. Here's the story. She did return to Kenya, but first she packed up all her household furniture and sent that across to Kenya too. 7 weeks and it hasn't arrived yet. Never mind, they say it will arrive soon. Hopefully they'll have a house to put all this furniture into. They'll have to get a house soon once they're married. The date's not set yet, but she's excited. She's renting a room in Nairobi in the meanwhile. She spends most of her days passing the time looking at wedding dresses online. She's too scared to venture out of the hotel if he doesn't accompany her. Nairobi is a big place, and she is 77. It's difficult to get around. When he is there, he makes her feel secure. He's the best man she's ever known, a good Christian and a hard-working 40-year-old man. But unfortunately, he's away a lot, and she's on her own most of the time, so she doesn't get out much at all. He's a head chef at one of the best hotels in Nairobi, and he is committed to the job. He needs to be there 24/7 many days of the week. Now he is employed again, he might be able to pay back the $130 he borrowed from her. He really got it as a loan. No, wait, it was a gift. He needed it. It was for his jail bail, and he was wrongly accused. He had long COVID and the operations, the sick kids. It was lucky she gave him the money, or he could have died. And it's lucky his kids can now live with his sister. Really, thank God for the sister taking them, or he wouldn't be able to work if he needed to look after children. Soon, he won't need to work so much as they will invest in greenhouses. They will make back the $130K she lent him in just 1 year. Greenhouses is just one of the options, as there are so many exciting investments to make. Kenya has 7% interest rate, so they're set to make money for sure. Soon. It will definitely happen soon. But she can't be patient. For now, each day she's looking for her dream wedding dress online, and it's very exciting as she just got the news the wedding will be free and fully paid for at the big hotel where he works. It's going to be a big wedding, full of his family and friends. Never mind her own children won't go. They don't understand and we're all skeptics. She'll show them. They'll be married, and they'll have a new house. And they'll be making lots of money with their new greenhouse investment soon. It will happen soon. This man is a predator and a con artist. We estimate after the $130K she handed him, she's at least down another $70K for logistics, apartment rent, plane flights, and who knows what else. If anyone has ideas on how I can expose him to warn other women, let me know. Mother-in-law might not listen, but maybe it could help others. I do know his name. Alright guys, Mr. Reddito here. So that's all the posts that were made. However, I scanned through all the comments and I did a little timeline and put them together so we can get to the bottom of what actually is happening. 4 months ago, this was posted. Still in Kenya, planning to come back to her house, then return to Kenya again. She's planning to bring him back under special exemption of marriage. Australian border security is one of the toughest in the world. I'll eat my hat if he gets into our country. It'll be our chance to stop this rubbish. She wants to invest her money in greenhouses with him, which is a ridiculous proposition. We're trying to arrange guardianship, but it's not easy either. Okay, so then it went silent for 3 months. No comments, no replies from OP until a month ago when OP posted this. She came back home for about a month and would not listen to any family. We can't get intervention and she's apparently not experienced cognitive decline. She has since hidden her Facebook profile and returned to Kenya just last week. He's a complete con artist and lies constantly. I found an ally in Kenya that confirmed he's a con man. She sought help from local police who said they can't do anything unless mother-in-law complains. I found this ally as he appears in images at her church, and she told me a story that he turned up drunk and he tried to pursue her as well. Asked her for jail money. As a Western woman living in Kenya, for more than a decade, she's a very savvy and street-smart person. She keeps on touch as she occasionally sees him around, but has never seen mother-in-law. Anyways, there's other things that come up through this woman too. It's a long story. We also have confirmed that mother-in-law has given him $130,000, which she lied about for months. She says he's her husband, but I don't know if there was ever an official wedding. She basically has cut family off now and hates us all for trying to interfere. I tried everything. The last we heard was that she said they will return together for Christmas. I don't believe we'll get through the borders, and I imagine she's on her own, stuck in an apartment somewhere, while he uses her funds. She thinks they're going to live together in a house happily married. He's 40 years old and she's 78 now. And the final comment posted today. The nonsense pretty much sums it up. The kids that needed lots of money for education and operation conveniently disappear from the scene once she arrives. After his accident, he made a miraculous recovery and now got a prestigious job straight away. His job requires him to be away 24/7 at a hotel, but they rent at another hotel in the same city? It goes on and on. You won't believe his bad luck. Walked 16 miles to save his life, apparently. He got a brand new car out of her, too. Needed to get to work. I just mean there's no logic. Okay, more details. Turns out this is not the first time she was scammed this way. Confiscates her phone, too. This man is the third scammer she met. She'll start all over with another if this falls through. The first one we managed to debunk relatively quickly. The second one took a bit of time, but we found some info on him at a scam alert page. And when she confronted him, he admitted it and told her to give him the money anyways. Then she dated a couple loser guys in the OZ who were clearly not interested in long term. Then back to the internet, where she got over 600 African friends and giving the money away to ministries. This guy saw an opportunity and probably can't believe his luck. And he is now a rich man. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for her phone with internet access. Well, it's safe to say that that story was an absolute roller coaster. There was one comment, it's only a sentence long, but I thought it was hilarious. It mentioned how she needs to sign up for 90 Day Fiancé since she would fit in so well. Guys, let me know what you think of this wild ride of a story, and how would you go about helping this person, knowing she's 80 years old and basically giving her entire wealth away to an obvious scammer? Drop your thoughts down below, and let's check out this story. Am I the a-hole for forbidding my wife to go to her affairs partner's funeral? Yeah, it sounds messy because it is. If you're new to the channel, just know Mr. Reddito does daily stories, and it would be awesome if you click that subscribe button. Here comes the next story. Married for 15 years and almost did not make it this far. In our second year of marriage, my wife went home when I was deployed and slept with some jerk, who I'll refer to as Jerk from here on out, who she was loose acquaintances with growing up. She hadn't seen him in years, but he just happened to show up during my daughter's birthday party, because he was the son of one of my mother-in-law's friends. Jerk and my wife hooked up later that week after reconnecting. The reason I did not kick my wife's ass to the curb and eventually forgive her is because she told me herself soon after I got home. And she did not try to justify it with, quote, "Oh well, you were gone, I felt lonely, blah blah blah." No, she actually straight up said that she was a ducking idiot. Her words, not mine, though I do agree. And she felt so sick and disgusted for what she did. She immediately cut off all contact with the jerk, and it took a lot of counseling and healing, but here we are today. Feels like non-stop since that time that my wife's gone above and beyond proving that I was right to keep her. Well, my mother-in-law called yesterday and she heard from Jerk's mother. Jerk died in some workplace accident and they're having a funeral service this weekend. My wife told me this and that she wanted to go, and it was like I got kicked right in the stomach. I instantly felt nauseous and had a ducking horrible flashback of when she told me about her affair. All those horrible feelings resurfaced, along with the shitty memories of me crying my eyes out and my images of her shattering. The pain felt as fresh as the wound did when she dropped the bomb on me. I asked her why, seeing as she hadn't talked to the guy in over a decade, not to mention, she ducked him while we were married. She keeps saying crap like, quote, "It's the right thing to do," and "she just wants to pay respect." I can't stop repeating that I'm so hurt with that decision, as he's had no part of her life in so long, and I'm reliving all these shitty nights. I was sure our family would be shattered, and I would only see my daughter 50% of the time. After some back and forth, I put my foot down and told her no, she cannot go. I said it's so disrespectful to me and our marriage, and we've been on the silent treatment since then. Guys, did I make the right move? Drop your thoughts down below in the comment section. Am I an a-hole? The overwhelming majority of people in this story are saying not the a-hole in the comment section. There was one comment in particular that seemed to get a lot of traction. Some people agreed, some people didn't. So when I read it, drop your thoughts down below if you agree with this person or not. Not the a-hole. You're obviously distressed and she should consider this. Also, excuse my atheism, this person is dead. His non-conscious, decaying body will not care who shows up. Yeah, that's kind of a harsh way to look at it, but let me know what you think of it in the comment section. There's one more story left in today's video, and the title is, "A Son Learns His Dad's Blood Type and Discovers a Family Secret." This one is pretty twisted, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Here's today's final story. My mom has sickle cell, so a few times I've donated my blood to her. I know my mom's blood is type A because I donate to her, and I know my blood type is O because, well, I donate. Today, I just went to donate blood with my dad just because, and I found out his blood is type AB. At first, everything was alright, then I started thinking about what I learned in biology. In high school, I learned that if you have AB type blood, then you can't have a child with O blood. I was confused for a minute, but I just let it go because, what the heck. I started thinking about it again and I looked it up. It says this exactly word for word, and I quote, "A person whose genetic type is either AA or AO will have blood type A. Those with genetic type BB or BO will have blood type B, and only those with the genetic type OO will have blood type O. A child with type O blood can have parents with type A, type B, or type O, but cannot type AB." So yet again, I was confused. Is my dad really my dad? I'm really thinking about this and I want to ask my mom, but what good would it bring to start some mess with him if I don't know for sure? Did my mom cheat on my father? Am I adopted? Does my dad know? It's all so confusing. I hope I'm just wrong and paranoid, but I'm really thinking about this. I kinda want to ask my mom about it, but I don't want her to get mad. Here's an update 2 weeks later. I waited a couple days, then just went to my mom and asked her straight up, when my dad wasn't there. I said something like, "Mama, I took a blood test with Daddy and found out he can't be my dad if he's blood type O." I don't say that specifically, but something along those lines. She just looked at me for like 5 minutes, then like she fixed her mouth to say an excuse, but just told me the truth. She said her and my daddy were together, but my dad was messing with a lot of other women, so she started messing with somebody else too. She ended up getting pregnant and told my daddy and the other man she was pregnant and that she was going to take care of her baby regardless, but if they wanted to stay, they could. The other man decided to leave and my dad stepped up. When my mom had me, my dad did not even care to do a DNA test because when he seen me, he fell in love, his words. They were together for real ever since my mom got pregnant, and just been each other's rock ever since. I still kinda feel a little hurt about it, because my life is basically a lie. They never planned on even telling me and hid this from me. And I'm the only child my dad has who really doesn't even have a DNA. I guess not telling me was their way of, quote, protecting me, but it just opened up a lot of other doors. I love my daddy still, and I wanted to reach out to the other man when my mom told me, but not so much anymore. My dad is my dad, and I love him the same, maybe even more. I'm glad my dad chose to be here for me and raise me as his own. I really don't know if I'm the other man's child biologically, and I don't care to find out. I'm happy I finally know the truth and I can stop questioning why I'm not my father's twin like my other siblings. Ugh, I'm kidding. But thank you for all the nice replies, advice, and suggestions on my original post. It means a lot. So guys, it turns out stories like this aren't that uncommon. Here's a couple comments. Funny enough, this is why my old high school stopped doing real blood type labs, because kids kept finding out they're adopted. Second comment. My teacher told us the same in high school. The district had done away with some of their blood-related labs because parents were complaining of it causing issues. Well, turns out it's pretty common. Let me know if you know anyone that found out a secret like this because of blood type. If you have a similar story, drop it down below. That's all the content I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.